And this is a way that you can simulate the function of the relay. Hey folks, it's DIY Guy 123 here, bringing you another do-it-yourself video. I'm gonna tell you how to use a new circuit probe I got. This changed things for me when it comes to electrical diagnosis. I can do it, and after watching my video, you'll be able to do it too. So here we have the kit, plastic case, manual, long extension cable, and then we have the probe itself, and this is the brake finder. Okay, so this is a basic circuit diagram you'd see in an automotive application, but it applies to many other types of applications as well. So we have a 12-volt battery with a connection to common on the vehicle. Some people call it ground. And then we leave the positive terminal of the battery and we head to a 10 amp fuse, and it leaves the fuse and comes along and goes to a switch, which is open at the moment, and the current will come along and go through a coil, and then the current path will come down, back, and flow through to common. So when you close that switch, you'll drive current through this coil. When this coil has current flowing through it, it generates an electromagnetic field, which closes this switch that's all built into the relay. And when that switch closes, it introduces this path from the battery through the fuse, up through this wire, through this switch that was closed, through a light bulb, and back down to common. So we've got a mess of wires here. It's exactly the same as I drew on the board, but with actual wires. So I have a battery here. The only purpose of this whole vehicle and everything is just to have a battery. I could take the battery out and it would be just as good. So I have a blue line going to the positive terminal and a green line going to the negative terminal, and that's the last we're going to talk about over here. Okay, come on back here. So now we follow along this blue line, 12 volts from the battery. There's my fuse right in there, so this red fuse holder. And then 12 volts is at this location on the other side of the fuse. Then we have our switch, and from the switch goes to the black connector of the relay, and that is the activator for the relay, the activator signal. Also, after the fuse, we have this yellow line feeding the relay. So this is the 12 volts that feeds the relay. When the relay is on, this is what passes through to the load. Then we have this white wire that goes to the negative terminal of the battery. So that's the common for the relay. Finally, we have the blue line from the relay going to the load, which is the light. And we have the green wire that comes back to the negative terminal of the battery. So to prove to you that this all works, I'm going to turn the switch on. And I'll be quiet and the camera will come really close to this relay and you'll hear it click. Now this is the best case scenario where everything works, but what if something doesn't work? I'm going to show you how to use the voltage probe to prove that 12 volts and common are in the places where they're supposed to be. There's a couple of major parts. There's the probe, there's the connectivity to power up the probe because there isn't any battery in this. So we're going to take these wires and hook them up to the vehicle's battery to power the probe. So let's do that. So I hook that up and I hook that up. Now these cables are really long because you want to be able to hook that up with the battery in the front of the vehicle and be able to get the probe all the way around to the rear of the vehicle. This is the brake finding tool, and this is a cigarette lighter plug-in. If you don't have access to the battery, you can use this to power the probe. There's a voltage reading on the probe, and it shows 0 volts. Now I'm gonna touch it right there, and immediately, this is 12 volts to the battery, it shows me there's 12.3 or 4 volts, which is perfect. Now, on the terminal of the fuse, I've got 12 volts, and if the fuse is blown, I wouldn't get any reading there, but I have 12 volts, which means the fuse is good. Let's carry on past the fuse where it gets to the switch, and I have 12 volts to my switch. And let's look right here. Past the switch, I don't have 12 volts, I have 0 volts. Why is that? Well, that's because the switch is not activated right now. If I was to activate the switch and then recheck that, I'd now get 12 volts on that side of the switch, which is exactly what should happen. Now, I'm going to tell you what should happen and then tell you how to troubleshoot when it's not happening. Of course, since the switch is on, there's 12 volts to this black cable. This is the signal for the relay. And then because the relay is on, there's 12 volts to the load side of the relay and to this light bulb itself. And then if we come all the way back to the ground line, there's 0 volts. Now let's turn that switch off for a sec. Now let's get into some troubleshooting scenarios. Let's assume that there was a broken wire from the battery to the fuse. This is all in a vehicle. You may not know where that break is, but what you can do is test on the fuse and you get 0 volts there. You'll know, hey, there's a problem between these two wires, so you may need to chase that. Now let's assume that the break is further along. What if we just break the wires right here? So between the switch and the relay, let's turn the switch on. We look at the output of the switch, there's 12 volts there. And if we come along and we look at the input of the relay, let's take the relay out circuit so we can actually test. And the input to the relay right here I'm testing, and there should be 12 volts right there in that black wire, but there's not. So why not? Well, that's because there's a broken wire. So if you check at the relay input and find 0 volts, but you know the switch output is giving you 12 volts, you need to chase for a broken wire between the switch and the relay. This is where this tool gets pretty cool. I want to bypass the relay and manually apply 12 volts with this tool. If you notice, there's a switch that points up and down. If you press the up, it applies 12 volts from the battery through all of this wiring to the tip of there. And if you press the down button, it applies common voltage from the battery, from the negative terminal of the battery to the end of that tip. One quick tip here, if you're going to be probing and adding 12 volts or adding 0 volts, make sure if you do it in the order of the switch first and then contact, you'll have any arcing at the tip, which is fine. It won't hurt the tip at all. But if you touch the tip on the circuit and then press the switch, you'll get arcing internally in the switch, and that will degrade that switch over time. Well, I know that this relay system is energized with 12 volts on this black wire, and then the relay applies 12 volts to the blue load. Now, you'll see right now I'm probing the blue load connection on the relay, and the light's not lit. But if I push this forward, I should trigger, and I do, I should trigger the 12 volts to be applied on that blue load wire, and the light lights up, and I'll let off and I'll put it back on. And this is a way that you can simulate the function of the relay. We know that the wiring from the relay all the way through to the light bulb, even in the light bulb, all the way back to the negative terminal of the battery is good. And so that's one of the nicest things about this tool is you can apply those 12 volts. Now, let's put the relay back in and let's hook this up again. And let's break this wire here. This is the wire from the relay to the negative terminal of the battery, and we've broken that connection right now. So when you turn the switch on, which is in the on position, but the light's not lit and the relay's not activating. Why? It's because there is a broken connection right here. So what I'm gonna do is put the probe on the end of that and press the button in the down direction or towards my palm and apply 0 volts to it. And that should allow the relay to trigger and the light come on. Let's see if it works. Hey, look at that. So when I apply, you know, it's my thumb pushing down, it causes the light to come on, and I'll let go. I've covered basically all the features of this. There is a built-in AC voltmeter. There's an ohm meter as well, and a diode measurement as well. But I'm telling you, you're going to love the application of 12 volts and application of ground using this probe. So hopefully this gives you some insight on how to solve problems and identify issues with either relays or switches or wiring or the actual load or connections to the